Good morning. It's day 30 on the OCT. This is it, folks. The last day. We're currently in the town of Brookings, and we've got 7.5 miles to walk down to the border and 7.5 miles to walk back to our hotel.
Most of which is road walking.
By most, we mean like 7.2 of that is road walking.
Very anticlimactic.
Yeah. If tides were in our favor, we would have probably 1.5 miles or so of beach walking. But unfortunately, low tide is not till like 4:30 this afternoon. Now we could have walked at low tide at 4:30 a.m. but
that meant leaving at midnight last
yeah.
night.
But yeah,
It's on the far end, right?
yeah, there's
At
a
the end of our walk.
right at the end. Yeah, there's 2 tide alerts right at the end. One is a head out on the beach that you can only go around at low tide, and the other one is a river right at the end that you have to ford.
It's not as if we could even like make it on the way back. Like
Right.
on round 2, we could actually do that beach.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of our 15 mile day.
And we didn't want to wait until 4 o'clock this afternoon.
We have chores to do. We have laundry to do.
Yeah. So the visitor center is 0.3 from the California border, and that apparently, the visitor center is the official end of the OCT. But of course, we will walk the extra 0.3
To the stuff in the stick.
to the. Yeah. There's no. It doesn't sound like there's any official end at the border. There's no sign. There's nothing. But we understand that there's a stump with a stick sticking out of it. So we'll see what that looks like. But anyway, that's our day. Welcome to the last day on the OCT. All right, exciting point number 1 of our day. The bridge over the Chetco River. For those who may be coming behind us this year or another, this bridge actually has a dedicated walkway on it, which is lovely. The others had sidewalks, but this one has a nice guardrail. So it's a little better in that respect. There's the Chetco River, and on the other side is the town of Harbor. So that's where we're headed towards. But right on the other side of the bridge here, we're gonna turn off into the trees there, into the mist. We will not be walking on a trail through those trees. We'll be walking more road. All right, we've got a series of switchbacks here that we gotta go through. They don't look too difficult today. At least the elevation is pretty good. I don't think we'll have to get our poles out for this one. Decided to take a little 0.05 mile detour here, just to show you a little bit of scenic. What's the word I'm looking for? A little scenery. Well, let's just say that, because yesterday was a long day. So right there's the trail. We literally took almost no detour to see it. Yeah, it's a parking lot. Although about 10 minutes ago, we also went through a little, I don't want to say farmer's market, but yeah, there were a couple of tables out, stands selling some wares. All right, our first elevation of the day. It doesn't look too bad. Oh, there we got some. Oh, it's chalk graffiti. Actually, that's kind of nice. A little.
It doesn't rain out here.
Yes, that's true. The slate is washed every time. Yeah, it doesn't rain much at all, does it? We're gonna get to the top of this in another 0.1 or so and make a right-hand turn. on another road. Look here. All right, just something to see as we continue our road walk. So again, we are doing the, on Far Out, we are doing the Blue Blaze that continues to walk the road all the way out to 101 because of the tides. So unfortunately, right now we would be walking the beach if we were able to, but there are no other access points in this section to get from the beach back up here to the road. We just walked down 101 for a bit, and now we are crossing the bridge over the Winchuck River. Nice little sidewalk here, thankfully, because there's not a heck of a lot of shoulder out there. So this is nice. So this is the river that we would have to ford if we were out on the beach. And again, we're not anywhere near low tide at this point. And we were hoping that if we continued along the beach out there, that we could come up on this side of the river. There's a day use area just on this side of the river. We're hoping to kind of get up there into that day use area and then come up here to the road and cross this bridge so that we could walk the beach as much as possible. But again, since high tide isn't for another 6 hours, that wasn't really going to be an option for us. So, crossing the bridge, and then just up here on the other side, there's supposed to be a little trail that heads down to the Welcome Center. Well, we overshot the trail just a little bit, but this is much better. We've reconnected here because where we were going was quite overgrown with some tree fall. So this should lead us over to the Welcome Center now. If not, then we're gonna have to go back out to the bridge and find the road in. But there's some macadam there, so I think we're on the right path. All right, so we're gonna go down here. Woohoo, look at that, a Welcome Center. Made it down to the beach. Visitor Center is right up there. And we are on our last 0.3 miles, Sobo miles, of the OCT. We did it! We are at the California-Oregon border. Congratulations! 413.4 miles or something like that. All right, and now to head back. All right, so here we are in the Welcome Center at the end of the trail, which is lovely. It's got a lot of information here for travelers, local things to see, and for us, they have some great stuff too. So there are lots of fantastic state parks here in Oregon. We've really enjoyed staying at them. This is a really nice welcome center here, very nature oriented as well, very friendly staff. This is great space here. So they gave us some stickers and pins, and we're gonna, and a certificate of completion, and we're gonna have our picture taken, and yeah, it's really great. You know, they're trying to promote and build up this trail some more. So we're happy to be a part of that. And this is the wrap up for day 30, our last wrap up for the OCT.
Got it right that time.
I did get it right that time. So today was 7.5 miles of basically road walking. We walked. Well, that was it. So we left the town of Brookings. What time did we leave? 8:30 or something like that.
In a very leisurely morning.
Yeah, we weren't in a rush because we knew basically it was going to be road walking, so it was going to be
Cruising.
quick. Yeah. And it was. There really wasn't much to see. I took some pictures and video of what just some stuff. Yeah, just to.
It was misty.
Yeah.
Hazy.
Yeah. You couldn't see anything. Even if we were on the beach, we wouldn't have seen anything, unfortunately. So.
Could have found more rocks. Though.
But we could have found more rocks. You're right. We did find more rocks actually.
Yeah.
So we walked the trail which goes through the town of Brookings. Just for anyone who future reference, there is a section in the town of Brookings where the trail goes out about 3 blocks to the west towards the beach, and then just walks like some neighborhood roads, and then after a couple of blocks comes right back up to 101 again.
But there's sidewalk the entire way.
Yeah, not really sure why it does that. We didn't do that, actually accidentally, more than anything, because we were all of a sudden realized that we were already halfway through that section. So it's great. It's perfectly fine sidewalk through town. You can see all the little shops and everything there. So I would say just walk right through town. And then at the other end of Brookings, we crossed the bridge into the town of Harbor, which is right on the other side of that bridge. And the bridge was fine, had sidewalks, and then we turned off and we went through a little market, like a couple of stands that people had out. We went down and saw the boats and stuff, and so just to do something. And then after that we got out of town. It was out, kind of going through farm fields and.
It was a road that went through farm fields, and
right?
Like a backcountry road, essentially, is what it was.
Right, and there was some, just residential area out there. So, so we walked all the way through that, and then there was a blue blaze, because there was a tide alert ahead of us, and knowing that we were getting into high tide, we didn't even try going down to the beach, and we did hear from somebody else later that we wouldn't have been able to.
It has to be a really negative low tide in order to kind of get through that part.
Right, and we were nowhere near that, yeah.
Because that is the only beach section.
Right.
Until the very end.
Until the very end, yeah. So we walked all the way out to 101 again, and then crossed another bridge. Right on the other side of that bridge, there is a trail that leads down to the Welcome Center, so you don't have to walk road out there. And so we skipped right past the Welcome Center and just went right to the border. So we beach walked 0.3 miles today. Woohoo! Yeah, it was a lot, but it was nice. I mean, it was still misty, cloudy.
It was.
Yeah, but we got there. There's nothing there.
There's a line in the sand.
Now there is.
There was before too. People had to actually put 2 sticks
right
where the border
the border is. Yeah,
down the
in the sand and on the beach. Yeah. So so we found a little driftwood and made our own little marker there and took some pictures, and so that was it. We did we hung out for a moment, but then we turned around, met a nice gentleman on the beach out with his dog, collected more rocks and shells and whatever it is you picked up there too, and then we went up to the Welcome Center, which was lovely.
Yeah, they were like celebrities. The 2 women who were working there were like, they're digging in there. They're like, "Oh, do you want a pin?
Yeah.
Do you want a Frisbee? Do you want to like
stickers
yeah. So anyway, but we did get certificates of completion.
They gave us certificates of completion.
And
yeah,
we
I'll take a picture.
Pictures taken.
With a sign that says I forget what it's completed.
Yeah.
OCT hiker or something like that. So
they were very, very sweet. Very nice.
Very nice. Yes.
Signed the book, the registration
book. Yeah. And then we were just talking about the trail a little bit and said, we walked 7.5 miles down here, and now we're walking 7.5 miles back to town. I did not.
He does the guilt trip.
I was not trying.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I was like, is this going to work?
I was not fishing, but it worked. And between the two of them, they were all but arguing over who was going to drive us back to town.
Anyway, the one woman with the larger vehicle is the one who.
Right.
That's kind of who won.
Yeah, but they were really nice, and she was really nice to drive us back.
Yeah, we have to
And-
walk the road back.
Yeah.
7 miles.
Mm-hmm. Well, it worked. It unintentionally, honestly, it worked. But anyway, so she drove us back to town, dropped us off at the grocery store, at the Fred Meyer store, and we just kind of went from there. So yeah, we spent the rest of our extra time this afternoon just kind of milling around town.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice little town.
Packing
Little-
stuff up for travel.
getting stuff ready to
Laundry.
tomorrow, and so we have just our regular town chores in addition to getting ready to travel. So that's it. That was day 30. Just
Anticlimactic.
it kind of was, yeah.
Unfortunately.
I would like to do a summary video of the entire trail, maybe here after we get home and things like that. So we'll figure that out. But that was day 30, and it was a little anticlimactic. The only thing
In
we
comparison
really
to the other fantastic things that we've seen on the trail.
Right,
Other
yes.
parts of beaches and
Yep.
the cliffs and different things like that.
Right,
The
yeah.
capes and
So, but that's okay. We hear there's some other great stuff to do in this area, redwoods and other trails and things like that we would like to come back to do. But right now we don't have the, we're not gonna stay here to do some of those things right now. So tomorrow we take a bus from here to Medford, and then the next day we fly home. Three flights to get home, get across the country. So that's the way it goes. All right, so there you go. That's a wrap for day 30 and the OCT. So we will talk to you again soon. We have some plans for some other videos, and we have some other journeys coming up that we will share with you here in the coming weeks and months. So, all right, have a good night, everyone, and thanks for watching. Good night.
Night.